There are quite some voices in the watch industry that call the IWC Ingenieur Automatic 40 the perfect all-steel watch. It appeared first in the 50s, was redesigned in 1976 by the iconic Gerald Genta, and it is available again in a modernized form. Now IWC has added the color that many people will please, blue. So let's find out the specs and then why it is a good time for this Ingenieur. By the way, Ingenieur means engineer, same spelling in French and German, so I will choose the German pronunciation for this video. Alright, two specifications we have in the name of the watch, so automatic and a case diameter of 40 millimeters. The length lug to lug is 45.7, the height 10.7. We have a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on both sides, a screw-down crown and a water resistance of 100 meters. Caliber is the in-house movement 32111 with a power reserve of 120 hours. And the price is indicated with 12,900 euros including VAT or 11,700 US dollars. So, here we have a watch with some heritage, but it's not only marketing. Since the 50s, this piece is sort of under development, and you can see that. First, the measurements. Genta's version was seen as huge in the 70s because of the 40 millimeters. Now it is a usual size, and here in combination with a slender build and a relatively short case. Normally you find 40 millimeter cases with 47 or 48 millimeters in length, mostly at least. Here this reduced length leads to a very comfortable fit because the first bracelet links can form a nice curve around the wrist. The dial elements, the hands, indices and the date are pretty much staples with an immaculate execution but not flashy. Very special though is the grid on the dial. There are many speculations out there about the exact meaning, but I think it's perfectly fine to see it as some sort of tacky decoration. And it works. They even managed to apply a nice sunburst effect over all these perpendicular lines and dots. The case itself is streamlined, but of course with the contrasting impact of 5 screws. When you compare this watch to other steel Genta pieces, then you will see that the numbers of screws here is reduced. Tiny detail we might think, but in fact less screws let the watch design breathe. It gives the metal more room to shine. And it works in my humble opinion really well with that blue, way better than the black or white, although white is certainly more versatile. Also very comfortable is the bracelet. This type is not new. The watch from the 70s also was equipped with this H-link bracelet that tapers down to slender 14 millimeters. The crown guards have caused a debate because the original from the 70s was without that, but I think here they are implemented in a very organic manner. And to do the name of the watch some justice, the caliber is housed in an anti-magnetic cage. That means this piece can be exposed to industrial installations. So overall a very good looking piece, comfortable, high-end, but unfortunately expensive. 12,900 euros is for many people out of reach, either because they cannot afford it or they don't want to pay that amount for a watch. But we have to see that the Ingenieur is now well established with 5 models including a titanium. That means attention and demand is split up, and that means more pressure on the used market. And in fact you will find many Ingenieur Automatic 40 on platforms like Chrono24, some of them with very moderate price tags compared to our original 12,900. And always remember, the price you see on marketplaces like Chrono24 is not more than the dream of the seller. Sometimes this first price is without any connection to the reality of the market. The market price is the price that leads to a deal, and that means you can and should make offers. So in total I see this Ingenieur Automatic 40 as a very strong player in the field of sports watches with an integrated bracelet, and definitely worth a closer look when you want to add a high-end piece to your collection. And that said, allow me to close this episode. Thank you very much and see you next Monday to Watch of the Week.